Today we want to plan and work a V neck, right? You know those reductions you have to do after you have divided your panels or separated the back panel from the front panel, right? So, and then you now have to do reductions. Yes, steady reductions all the way to whatever measurement you had chosen for your shoulder. All right, so today we're going to walk. I'm going to show us a little plan, right? So yeah, after we divided, or more like separated, because I think people keep mixing up when I say divide and separate. So you've separated your back panel from your front panel. You've worked your back panel, right? And then this is the front panel. So depending on what the where I want it, you may not want to start your V all the way from just that point. You want to work it up a bit to give some decent look and feel. All right. So right after that, you have to start working um, your reductions. Now we see here that at the top, meaning from what we worked at the back here, we had we're going to be needing 21 stitches, right? So the number of rows left, right, are going to affect the number of reductions that you get to do. So at this point, this is where the reduction started. We had every, as you see this design that represents two rows. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and 22. So we had 22 rows. Now, long before you get here, you're supposed to have finished up all of your reductions so that you're not affecting this part of the cloth that has to match with the back panel. Okay, so on that note, we had, if I'm supposed to be left with 21 stitches, and I think we had started with whatever number stitches are here, you just know you have to end with 21, as in I have to end with 21 for this particular dress. So, and on that note, I had to reduce a certain number. So what I did, now if I had reduced one per row, I would have exhausted my reductions sooner than later. And then if I had reduced one every 2 rows, I would not have met up with this 21. I would have more than 21 stitches left. So of course, all of that planning is very, very important. So now what I ended up with was to do reduce 2 rows, maintain 1 row, reduce 2 rows, maintain 1 row, reduce 2 rows, maintain 1 row. And that way, this was the result that I got. All right, so I'm going to walk you through that, at least a few of those, and then we'll see what we end up with. So I've picked up my hook and my yarn, and I'm going to work the first reduction row. So you see right here, this is the center of the dress. Okay, and you see that we started the stitch from this is the center, left center, right center. We started a stitch away, so that means I'm going to start from here. Now this dress is worked in a single crochet mesh. All right, so it means I'm going to have to maintain a resemblance of sorts of what I did here. So that means after I put in a single crochet here, there is still a single crochet here. So that means I have to repeat single crochet stitch, chain, single crochet all the way to the end. I'm going to be, maintaining my mesh. So single crochet, chain, single crochet all the way to, this is the armhole area. So I'm going to do that and then you meet me up. So I'm at the end of that first reduction row. So I insert my last stitch. So I chain 1 and turn my work. So I turn my work and this is what I have. Now, because I had skipped one, which makes this row a reduction row, it means the next row is also going to be a reduction row. So watch what I'm going to do. So I maintain my mesh. Do not forget to maintain whatever it is you're doing. Your stitches have to be maintained. Now, if you're working a different type of stitch and you have no idea on how to maintain it, you can ask me in the comment section, and then I would see what I can do to help. All right, it might not be for free though. So I'm going to work this to the end so that you can watch that whole reduction a second time. So like I said, reduce 2 rows, maintain the third, reduce 2, maintain the third, reduce 2, maintain the third. That's what I did for this one. Why? My aim was to ensure that I I am left with 21 stitches at the end of the day to match up with the back panel that I had created. All right, so yeah, let's keep going. So yeah, this is the last two stitches. These are the last two stitches of the row. So what I'm going to do is I'm supposed to just end it here, right? So that's the end. Now you could choose to walk two stitches, walk two stitches like this to close up that point. Yeah, you can choose to do that as well, and then chain up. Now for this one, because my I'm supposed to maintain this third row, I'm only chaining up one. I chain up one and then work, maintain that third row. So this is my maintain row. Yeah, maintain this row. It means that I'm going to, single crochet here, since that's I'm maintaining. It's a single crochet stitch that is there. A chain, single crochet, chain, single crochet, chain. Now in order not to get lost, right, you would have to use markers. So you can either use a proper stitch marker to mark your maintain rows, right? Mark your maintain rows so that you remember at every point in time, what row you're working on or what row you have to work on next. All right, so I'm going to work this up to the end and turn around back and then show you my reduction technique here. Okay, so I'm coming up on the end of a reduction row. You can see my stitch marker here to showing us that this was our maintain row. So this is a reduction row, and as such, the last stitch, right, there's a chain stitch here and then there's a single crochet stitch here. So my last stitch is supposed to go into this chain stitch spot. So yeah, that's it. And the next row is also a reduction row. So, and right, since I'm going to be reducing, it means I might skip a stitch. So in order to have a stitch long enough to skip, I'm chaining two, turn my work around, and then single crochet into the second stitch from there. So let me do that again so you see it. This is me coming from my the first reduction row. So rather than chain just one, I'm going to be chaining two. I turn my work, and then rather than put a stitch in there, since I'm supposed to be skipping or reducing, I put my single crochet into that stitch right there and continue working. Now I have worked two reduction rows, which tells me that my next row is going to be a maintain row. So now that is the point where I'll take out my stitch marker and then mark my maintain row when I have started it. Look, if you're new to this channel, you totally should go subscribe. All of these tips and tricks are very useful if you are a crocheter, whether for pleasure or for business, especially if it is for business. We make life easy here. We inspire you. We demystify crochet. We walk you through different tips and tricks on how to make your work look amazing, right? And then we also entertain questions. If you have questions, something, a trick you quite do not understand, or a technique you quite do not understand, you can ask us and then we'll work something out for you. If it will, do go subscribe. All right, and then if any of these things are, you see one of our inspirations and you like it, you do not have the time or you do not understand how it was worked, reach out. We'll do it for you for a token for that particular one. Yes, we'll do it for a token. It will not be for free. So do let us know. All right. So I've turned around, as you must have noticed. So this is my maintain row. So I take out this stitch marker so that I do not miss out on what I have done. I know that this is my maintain row. So I put it there at the beginning of the maintain row. So you notice that your stitch marker may keep moving from this side to the other side. So you know that once you move it from here, right? Once it's here, it means that your next maintain row is going to be starting from this other side. So you watch out for that as well. So this is my maintain row. I'm going to keep going and show us the maintain technique. All right, so yeah, that's it. I've come up to the end. This is my last main stitch. It's a single crochet stitch, so I've chained my one, and then I'll just put it, insert that stitch right there. So that's it. Now reductions, continue. Now as reductions continue, if I'm supposed to insert a stitch in two stitches away, it means I have to chain two. I chain two to make the V a seamless V, so that it's not too what would I call it now, it's steep enough and not stiff, right? So yeah, I've chained my two up. So this is a stitch I'm going to be skipping. So I'm going to be putting a single crochet stitch into that chain one space, and then repeat the single crochet stitch that is here, so that my mesh works seamlessly. All right, this is a reduction row, the first reduction row. So by the time I walk up to the end here and come back, I'm going to reduce again before I maintain. So that's it essentially. So I'm going to walk this off the camera, right? And then of course, you know what to do. Your aim is to keep reducing evenly. I usually say that you keep reducing evenly until you have the remaining number of stitches desired for that top, for your top, for the shoulder right there. So you see, as you can see, the V is yeah, it's even. As it's V this way, it's also Ving this other way. So we're going to be done Ving somewhere before maybe about 4 rows to the end, right? Yeah, 4 to 5 rows to the end. That's when the reductions will stop, and then you just maintain your 21 stitches. As in, if you had 21 stitches, whatever number of stitches you had here, you maintain that once your reductions are done. So that's it. I'm going to walk this off. So do let me know, yeah, walk your stuff, and then show me, share if you wanna. If you have questions, ask in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.